Hello, this is Dr. Brian Cochran, the iMusic boss, and I want to talk to you artists and bands about a couple of things that you're going to need if you're going to be a retailer and sell your music. And as you're building your plan, these include these two items in your budget because you're going to need them. One is called an ISRC code, and the other one is a UPC or barcode. And what are the differences? Let's talk about it for the next couple of minutes. The ISRC, which is better known as the International Standard Recording Code, is a globally recognized standard numbering system for audio and music video recordings. It comprises a 12-digit alphanumeric code and functions as a universal identification number for each sound recording. The ISRC codes are primarily used to identify and catalog individual songs, tracks on an album. The ISRC allows you to get paid for the digital music sales by ensuring that your royalties are tracked properly. So when your songs are played on the radio, your songs are downloaded in other systems, this is how they're able to track your music. The ISRC codes are necessary to sell your individual tracks via iTunes and other online music distributors. They are also required for any songs that you plan to offer for streaming on Spotify and other streaming services like Pandora and so forth. Similarly, you need to get a ISRC codes in order to have your songs participate in the Billboard charts. In order to have a chance to making the Billboard music charts, your release must be registered with SoundScan using your ISRC codes for individual tracks. Let me park here for a second. Billboard is a magazine that is a trade publication for the music industry, and what they do is songs that are reported. The top when we talk about the top 100, top 50 is Billboard magazine, which has been around for I can't tell you how many years. This is how you track your music. And so it's based upon sales and based upon also songs being played on the radio, being played in movies, and this is how your songs can become a number one song based upon that or charting by the Billboard industry, Billboard magazine, and in this industry. And SoundScan is the company with Nielsen. SoundScan, which is what the ISRC codes use to track your individual tracks. So you need to have this code in order for you to be able to chart if that's what you want to do. If you do not register, then your sales figures are not counted and you remain invisible to that system. So if you want your songs to be charted someday and you want to say, be in the top whatever, then you need to have an ISRC. The ISRC code is the ISRC code different from a UPC code? I'm glad you asked. Let's get into it. Yes, it is. The International Standard Recording Code, better known as what we talked about a second ago, the ISRC, is a unique international identifier for sound and music recordings, while the UPC identifies the complete album or single, if you're going to sell it as a single and produce a single or a single download. One's for retail and one is for the back end. So that's the best way to kind of think about it. Do I need a ISRC code for my album or do I need a UPC code? Again, I'm glad you're thinking about it or you wanted to ask. The retailers, online distributors, and the Billboard charts, better known as SoundScan, set for these requirements, just to let you know. You need an ISRC those codes for each track of your album. However, the album itself only requires it requires a UPC code or barcode. In fact, if you plan to sell your album as a digital download and as a physical audio CD, then you need two UPC codes. Wow. One for the digital album download and one for the physical CD, audio CD. This is the only way that performance on your individual songs can be tracked versus sales of the physical CD versus downloads of the complete digital album. What about singles? Glad you asked. For singles, you definitely need an ISRC code for the track, and what excuse me, and whether you need a UPC code depends on if you plan what you plan to do with the single. If you plan to sell it as a retail song, then you need a UPC code. If you're going to create a physical CD as well, you need a CD. You need a UPC or barcode. It is highly recommended because a UPC code is required on a single by Nielsen SoundScan if you plan on participating in Billboard charts retailers. Again, that's what I mentioned a couple minutes ago. And if you plan to release the single as a physical CD, which is what I just mentioned a second ago. Even some of the aggregators, streaming sites, and download sites all need for you to have those codes. So that's it for today. I just wanted to give you, that information for you to understand that those are the two things that you need. You need the ISRC code and you need a barcode. Both if you're going to go into retail or you want your songs to be charted and found, as well as you want to get into the system. Those are the codes that you need to get into the system. This is Dr. Brian Cochran, and this is iMusic Boss, and we'll talk to you soon. God bless you.